Elena, John, Chris, Jonia, Tommy, Seth, Ashley, not pictured, Matthew, Ryland's butt, Allie.
Welcome to the Boone Daily. I'm your anchor, John.
And I'm Seth. Well, folks, it's official. After the surprisingly rude response to my Valentine's Day plea, I've decided to take a little break from the dating game and get back to what I love most: interpretive throat singing. It's a tradition that's been passed down my family line since way back in the early 2000s when my older brother Dan got some really cool CDs from his trip to Australia. After watching those CDs, Dan and I would take turns practicing throating for hours. I miss Dan, and I'm excited to get back into it.
Seth, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be reporting on the thing at the end, remember? Whatever. We here at TBD News enjoy our silly jokes and goofs, but for a minute, we'd like to be serious. This week's producer, Ashley, just married her fiancé, Lakin. We're all very happy for her, and we want to share her special day with you too.
By the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina, I pronounce your wife and life. You kiss the bride.
I actually think it's kind of funny that I'm married, and I think it's kind of funny that we went to the courthouse. Lakin has begged me for about a year now to marry her in a courthouse, and I've said no every single time because I thought it was tacky, and it absolutely kind of was tacky, but also we were so awkward up there. I genuinely could not imagine if we had to stand up in front of like 50 plus family members and friends and do that exact same thing. I think the most reassuring thing about all of this is that we have such supportive parents. I know for me, like, gaining her parents as my mother and father-in-law is probably like the best thing ever because they are absolutely two of my best friends and I get along with them so well, especially her dad.
Congratulations to the newlyweds, Ashley and Lakin. We wish you nothing but happiness in your lives together. Sorry about the confusion, folks. I'm actually your other anchor, Matthew. Earlier this week, people around the world came together to celebrate a very unique thing: the date. This Tuesday was unofficially named Tuesday because it happened to fall on February 22nd in the year 2022. Many couples took advantage of this coincidence and tied the knot on the special date. Hopefully, Tuesday was as special for those couples as it was for Ashley and Lakin.
A worker helping with construction on the 105 bypass has been cleared to leave Watauga Medical after an accident with a wrecking ball occurred earlier this week. Fred Russell Jr., aged 44, was helping direct traffic when an unnamed construction worker operating a wrecking ball crane accidentally hit the release, dropping the 800-pound ball on top of Russell Jr. Witnesses on the scene were left speechless after Russell Jr., quote, just rolled the ball off of himself like it was nothing, end quote. Amazingly, Russell Jr. was left almost completely unscathed by the accident. While being checked out by emergency medical responders, Russell Jr. asked for a glass of water and complained that he was experiencing some soreness in his left knee, though he attributed this to an old sports injury he sustained in high school. Russell Jr. made a complete recovery and is hoping to be back on the job site by the weekend.
Influencer Tracy St. Tracy has bought a boat in celebration of reaching 10 million followers on TikTok. Since reaching this milestone, St. Tracy has been, quote, bombarded by companies and brand deals, with one company going so far as to convince him to drop out of high school and work for them. Many people question the ethics of pressuring a 17-year-old to drop out of high school. Others are saying, mind your own damn business. For more on this story, we turn to our new segment, Tracy's Takes, with Tracy St. Tracy.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Tracy St. Tracy, and welcome to Tracy's Takes. Today I'll be giving you my take on me, Tracy St. Tracy. A lot of people are mad because I dropped out of high school, and while I totally understand where they're coming from, like from a logical standpoint, from a rational standpoint, I just think they're a bunch of haters. Look, what is high school gonna teach me that I can't learn from TikTok? Did you know that there's more trash in the ocean than there are stars in the universe? No? Now you do, case in point. I hear a lot of people say, Oh, Tracy, you should graduate high school and continue to give money to the system? Hell no. Did you know that you were spending 8% of your hard-earned money on me just to be failing algebra? I understand people are worried, but trust me, I know what I'm doing. Would a failure win Best TikTok Thirst Trap category at the Kids' Choice Awards? Hopefully I silence some HATERS's out there with my mega facts. Peace.
You know, that guy is such an incredible actor, I sometimes forget that he still owes Rocky money. On Wednesday, the Boone Fire Department was called to Watauga High School after receiving multiple reports of smoke billowing from the office. When they arrived on scene, authorities found a man rolling around on the floor screaming that his ears were on fire from some unknown source. After a few moments, the firefighters were able to discover where the smoke was coming from, the PA system. It turns out that one of the students, known as Young Greasy, snuck into the office and used the PA system to play a segment of his mixtape. The screaming man was taken to the hospital for further evaluation. No other injuries were reported.
Speaking of firefighters, Cascades Cafe in the Plymouth Student Union is open after Boone Fire Department finally ended their 8-month-long controlled burn of the cafe. After reports came out last year of Milton Milkman using the cafe in violation of the dairy accords as a secret Milkmandian lactose production facility, App State leadership was quick to take action. The school first began to run the cafe with a bare-bones crew to limit the number of employees exposed to the unrefined lactose. Next, they smartly ignored students' concerns and complaints in order to make the cafe less popular, leading to a decrease of students in the area. Finally, they refused to raise wages, citing non-existent funding issues, causing the remaining staff to leave the cafe and open the doors for Boone's Fire Department to step in. After 8 months, the lactose has stopped leaking and the fire has stopped burning. I shudder to think what could have gone wrong without App State's incredible handling of the emergency. Cascades will open again after spring break.
In other news, it looks like the 2022 Winter Olympics are continuing for another 11 months. After reports began to leak of the CCP demanding the Olympics for an extra year so they could win more medals, officials behind the event explained the decision to continue the games, saying, "It's always winter somewhere." This claim has been met with hostile responses online, with scientists around the globe desperately trying to explain that this information is horribly false. In retaliation, Olympics officials have posted to all of their social media accounts a black screen with the caption, "Don't hit me up. If you know, you know."
Recently, ZZ Tops made headlines after the bodies of both ZZ and Tops were found to be missing from their graves. This comes weeks after the prosthetic toes of Kurt Cobain were found sprinkled around the grounds of a Hooters in Iredell County. Reports of missing dead rock stars has led to mass hysteria online as fans scramble to check on their late idols. The Twitch profile, Teens for Sprucestein, has started a 24/7 continuous live stream of an unmarked grave they claim is where the Sprucey rests. No suspect has been named in any of the disappearances, leading the police to believe that a well-connected group may be behind the incidents. Not wanting to miss out on the action, TBD News sent our very own field reporter, Seth Peterson, out for a live report on the biggest celebrity grave in Boone, Jimi Hendrix. How's he doing, Seth?
He's still dead. Back to you.
Guess so.
Well, okay. Well, that's our show, folks. For TBD News, I'm John.
And I'm Matthew.
Bye.
Elena, John, Chris, Jonia, Tommy, Seth, Ashley, Pitchard, Matthew, Rylands, wait a second, Allie,